Welcome to Roving Report, a program that gives you an overview of the developments in India's northeast region. I'm your host Chandrakala and the highlights of today's program are: relief work underway in flood-affected areas in Assam. Pineapple Festival organized in Imphal to promote growers. Meghalaya's Garo villagers create sustainable model for farm development. And experts mull over disaster risk reduction in Northeast. While incessant rains have wreaked havoc in Assam with its villages, towns and even cities situated in the low foothills of the state reeling under floods for over a month. Thousands of people have been affected in the state, with Jorhat district being the worst hit. Authorities have come up with a series of initiatives to provide relief to the people. We bring you a report. Floods have ravaged 6 districts of Assam, thereby affecting over 86,000 people. A majority of them are in the worst affected districts of Lakhimpur and Jorhat. The authorities are taking measures to provide relief to the affected people. Search and rescue teams in Jorhat have been conducting rescue operations, especially in the villages worst hit due to breach of the embankment on the Bhogdoi river. Jorhat District Administration has set up 7 relief camps in affected areas, and it's providing all basic requirements like medicines, food items, etc. to the victims.
As of now, initially we started with 4, but now it has increased till 7. Last night also we had to set up 1. So officially there are 7, but we are trying to persuade the people to come to the relief camps. We have enough relief camps, we can provide enough accommodation, but people are reluctant to leave their homes and come. So they are staying there on raised platforms itself. They are not leaving the homes and come in spite of us trying to persuade them. So we are trying to distribute relief wherever they are.
The Brahmaputra river is flowing above the danger level in Guwahati. Predicting the volatile trend of the Brahmaputra and its tributaries, National Disaster Response Force teams are positioned in the vulnerable areas. Besides that, relief material like medicines, foods and relief camps are also provided to the affected people under the initiative of State Disaster Response Fund in collaboration with National Disaster Response Fund. The Central Water Commission officials are also keeping a close watch on overflow of rivers in the state.
ऑटोमेटिक है ये। इसको अभी जो लेवल है उसका साथ हम आरएल चेक करेगा। आरएल चेक करने का बाद जो लेवल होगा वही सब अभी जो 49.51 लेवल है इसका तो हम तो सीजन में चलता है, इसको अक्टूबर महीना से चलता है सीजन में।
Over 1 lakh people in 213 villages in Gohapur, Nagaon, Golaghat, Morigaon, Vishwanath Chariali and Barpeta districts were marooned by floods till date.
এমহীয়াকৈ চোৱালৈ আহিছোঁ। তাৰমানে যিখন সাগৰৰ পৰা পাৰ হৈ আহিছোঁ ন, পানী ইমানৰ পৰা পাৰ হৈ আহিছোঁ। মই যিটো ঘৰ পানী দুনি গোটেইবোৰ উটুৱাই নিছে, আমাৰ ঘৰত পানী হৈছে, ড্ৰেইনটোৰ কাষতে আছিলোঁ। তাৰমানে এমহীয়াকৈ চোৱালৈ মোৰ অপাৰেশ্যন হৈছিলে, অপাৰেশ্যনৰ পৰা যেনে তেনে বাচি মেলি আহিছোঁ। তাৰমানে গাখীৰ পাইছোঁ আমি, ইয়াত বিস্কুট চাহ চব পাইছোঁ আমি, ভাত দিছে, মেডিকেলো পাইছোঁ আমি, পাইছোঁ।
Assam, with its vast network of rivers, is prone to natural disasters like flood and soil erosions, which leaves a negative impact on overall development of the state. With the aim to promote pineapple growers in the state, 9 state-level pineapple festival, cum seller and buyer meet, and youth festival was held recently at Yaripok Thambalnu market in Manipur. The festival was held under the initiative of development organization Andhra Kendra. Take a look. Manipur has a favorable climate for pineapple cultivation. The demand for this crop had increased with the establishment of many canning industries during the last 2 decades. A 5-day-long pineapple festival was recently inaugurated by Chief Minister Okram Ibobi Singh with the aim to promote pineapple growers. The festival saw participation of almost 180 pineapple farmers who took part with great zeal and enthusiasm.
मसी कोई चाहिए दा कोई की निकल लाख अब दी है ना तुम सारे कोई की नूंग तारगा nungsakan sarga numu targa mungsakan sarwa koi nungsarai chubuze masi yamna koi lomi koi dadi yam bange ba ngadi koi no mu tar ga nong sa mu sa da koi kium ja koi chana re chatu no ko kamun te munjala pine ba adi mamdi lead tham ya na te mina koi market se koi kium yum mum nei ta ba gi koi ji yamna khudung cha da bam le re.
Imphal East is the largest producer of pineapples among all the districts of the states. Growing pineapples is a big means of income for the people of Narian, Andhra and its surrounding areas.
Hojik iston yauri ba imaibil singsi ekoi ngasi baudi yauri si chama ga marpuni pineapple farmer singse masida ekoi gi hogi be sahida gi masa gi oiba bank account ta hollaga horticulture department na lupa lising nipan ga chamri koi gi nipalak suba pineapple festival da piba hujakre mapalak suba sida su ekoi lising nipal ga lupa chamri si farmer sing da masa ki bank account horticulture department pibi.
The CM also appealed the farmers to be industrious in producing crops as it would usher in development. Focusing on the overall development of the state, Ibobi laid stress on the construction of Thaubal Dam, which will not only provide drinking water to the greater Imphal area, but also produce electricity besides providing water for irrigation. He also emphasized that Andhra and Kainau will be developed as tourist destinations soon. He said work would soon begin to widen Kaina and Andhra roads.
Aduna public na su yamna demand laiba atoppa makpan gi state sinda khoi ki home se makoi da tha ki bada asna khoi gi manipur ki home se masi tongan ba mahau ma case ma lei haina demand yamna laiba aduna khoi manipur sarkar na su sai commissioner horticulture soil conservation na su thambi ki baduni khoi gi state government sina khoi farmers sing masibu lau simur tauriba masibu potok si puthuiba mayam singda tongan ba incentive bidra mayam bu akoi puning thawatba.
Nearly 1.38 million tons of pineapple is produced from 0.09 million hectares of land in the country. Pineapple is a main fruit cultivated by farmers in Manipur, which is planted in total 12,100 hectares, having production of 1,03,500 tons annually. Let us now take a look at some of the events that made news in the Northeast recently. Chief Minister of 4 Northeastern states who recently participated in the first conclave of Northeast Democratic Alliance held in Guwahati have expressed that NEDA would be able to wipe out Congress from the region by uniting all the states of Northeast with the sole agenda of development. The NEDA was formally launched with 10 political parties of the Northeast committing to join hands for development of the region and to dissolve all disputes through dialogue. BJP Supremo Amit Shah described the launch as historic and assured that all parties who are part of NEDA will have equal say in matters crucial to the development of the region. Further, Assam CM Sarbananda Sonowal asserted NEDA as a platform will ensure unity and amity among the northeastern states to face all the challenges including the security concerns like proliferation of fundamentalist elements and threat posed by jihadis. Sonowal called upon his counterparts of the region to resolve all differences through dialogue and unitedly thwart all anti-India forces. The event was attended by a host of dignitaries including Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Kiren Rijiju, Donor Minister Jitendra Singh, Chief Ministers of Nagaland, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, representatives of regional political parties like the MNF, UDP and other senior leaders. The Chief Ministers of Sikkim, Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh called for peace and development of the region and enhancement of funds for the NEC. Convener Himanta Vishwa Sharma announced that the NEDA will have a permanent secretariat in Guwahati.
सारे उत्तर पूर्व राज्य की अलग अलग पॉलिटिकल पार्टियों का नेताओं ने हमारे माननीय चीफ मिनिस्टरगण एमपीज एमएलएस सब लोगों ने एक साथ मिलकर काम करने का हम लोगों ने वादा किया और मोदी जी की नेतृत्व में अगले दिन उत्तर पूर्व राज्यों का विकास होगा, ये स्पष्ट है।
Fuel crisis continues in Tripura for the last more than 20 days as supply from neighbouring Assam by tankers has almost stopped due to dilapidated condition of the National Highway 44 in Assam-Tripura border. Moreover, the rail link has also come to a halt due to maintenance work. Most of the petrol pumps in capital Agartala have put up notices with no petrol, no diesel, while long queue of bikers waiting for several hours for their turn were seen outside a few pumps that had fuel. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal met with Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh and discussed several issues including National Register of Citizens and strengthening of security along Indo-Bangla border. Sonowal urged Singh to release Rs 150 crore in advance to ensure that the NRC update process was not hampered. The Chief Minister also requested Singh to expedite talks with militant groups which are holding ceasefire or have suspended armed operations. He requested the Home Minister to take all necessary steps to seal the India-Bangladesh border and revamp borders infrastructure.
বিশেষকৈ NRC আৰু ইণ্ডো বাংলা বৰ্ডাৰ চিল এই বিষয়টোক বিশেষভাৱে আলোচনা কৰা হ'ল আৰু কামখিনি বৰ্তমানলৈকে কিমানখিনি আগবঢ়া হৈছে আৰু ভৱিষ্যতৰ দিনত কেনেধৰণে ক্ষিপ্ৰতা আগুৱাই নিয়া হ'ব এই সন্দৰ্ভতো আলাপ আলোচনা কৰা হ'ল আৰু ICCৰ যিটো সমস্যা এই সন্দৰ্ভতো আমি আলোচনা কৰিলোঁ যে ৰাজ্যখনত মানে আমি জনসাধাৰণৰ জীৱন সম্পত্তি নিৰাপত্তা দিয়াৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত সকলো ধৰণৰ বাস্তৱসন্মত আমি হাতত ব্যৱস্থা লৈছোঁ আৰু এই ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি জনসাধাৰণৰ সহযোগিতা বিচাৰিছোঁ।
Naga Blind Association celebrated its 15th anniversary at IMC Hall in Dimapur under the theme to exert the ability for stable society. State Minister of Social Welfare, Security and Parliamentary Affairs, Kianeli Pese, was a chief guest at the event. A song and a skit were performed by students of the Visually Impaired Institute. Special appearances were made by Voice of Nagaland and Soul Kitchen. Besides this, solo singing and essay writing competitions were also held during the event. In a bid to promote local designers and the rich cultural and traditional attires of Nagas, Naga models sashay down the ramp in Dimapur. The show called Tail and Slender was organized by the planners in association with Blue Wings and Sulimi for promotion of Naga ethnic attire in global fashion. Former Miss Nagaland Vinay Singh song was the show's topper of the show. Week-long annual Kharchi Puja, a festival of worship of 14 gods, kicked off in Tripura. The festival is associated with the indigenous tribal deities but also has influences of the Brahmanical Hindus. Kharchi Puja is celebrated every year in between June and July with overflowing enthusiasm. Devotees from all classes, both tribal and non-tribal, and from every corner of Tripura come in huge numbers to become part of the unique festival. The deities are kept locked in a room throughout the year, and it is only during these 7 days that devotees can catch a glimpse of the deities. Of the many festivals in the hilly northeast Indian state, Kharchi Puja is highly revered festival by the local people. Meghalaya, one of the picturesque states of India, offers a spectrum of sylvan surroundings, rich cultural heritage and luxurious vegetation comprising of a large flora and fauna. The state is better known for jhum cultivation that makes it unique than other states of the region. Several villages in Meghalaya's southwest Garo Hills are all set to create a farming revolution in the region as they are availing the best of benefits under a project titled Facilitating Agriculture Rejuvenating Measures Farm Northeast. A report.
Villages in Meghalaya's southwest Garo Hills are getting a major boost with at least 20 villages availing benefits under a project titled Facilitating Agriculture Rejuvenating Measures Northeast, thereby creating a sustainable model for agricultural practices. The project launched in the year 2013 lays utmost thrust on livelihood and food security through multiple cropping. Villagers are reaping benefits under the project to carry out farming in different wasteland and lands. In the past 3 years, the community has realized that they need to act together in order to address the critical issues that are bottlenecks in their development journey.
Ngay gara grisongo farmers club ko aba chinga ha lekin chinga jan tian meeting na ko takrong inga aro meeting o chinga dengtang niam na ko agate songko nongko nambata turu na chinga jothon khainga.
Through the project, wastelands which are left out after shifting or jhom cultivation have been rejuvenated. The villagers of Karakar under Zigzag Development Block have put to use the wasteland in Simla Kona village for multiple cropping. In the past 3 years, more than 50,000 fruit-bearing trees, including 20,000 mango and 15,000 lychee trees, have been planted. The villagers have formulated development plans and are submitting proposals to different departments.
Banga mi su samjak serang ko ra ba imna mi su samjak lang ko ba di bakti thangkarang ko matna yarang ko juma khai manna rutnya rom ra tapi manna ya gari ko ra aro being ekun khulaya.
It is worth mentioning that Bakdal, a Catholic church-based organization, has initiated the project with financial assistance from the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Around 1,467 farmers in the project villages, about 720 families have adopted sustainable agricultural practices, including rainwater harvesting and use of organic manure. Such initiative has empowered the village, and if such support and assistance continues, villagers will be able to do wonders in remote and tribal areas of Northeast.
A workshop cum seminar on disaster risk reduction in the context of climate change was recently held in Kohima, where experts discussed measures to deal with natural disaster. We bring you a report.
The need to strengthen disaster preparedness in the Northeast, along with mass involvement of the public and allied departments, was stressed at the recently held workshop on disaster risk reduction in Dimapur. Nagaland Chief Minister T.R.Z. Liang graced the event and asked the people and authorities concerned to remain prepared to deal with any disaster. He also expressed concern over increasing frequency and intensity of natural disaster due to climate change. The workshop was also aimed at creating awareness and promoting people's action to ensure that natural hazards do not take the shape of disasters.
There are 4 C's that we need to think of. C as in cat, C for cat. C is for community, C for capacity, C for collaboration, because we need to collaborate right across, and C for capital. Because without capital, there's no point talking.
Mass awareness and participation of people will be a game changer in disaster risk reduction. Climate change remains a global concern, and prevention will help to reduce the risk of disasters like floods, earthquakes, and tsunamis.
Well, peace and development is a buzzword in the Northeast. Let's take a quick look at some development news from the region. Assam Police, in association with Assam Police Wives Welfare Association, recently organized a felicitation program at District Library in Guwahati. The awards were given to meritorious students of Assam Police family who have secured 90% and above in the state exam. Around 7 students were felicitated with cash and a certificate. To control rising incidents of cyber crimes in Meghalaya, the Meghalaya Police have constituted a specialized anti-cybercrime cell. The cell will track and investigate cases of online frauds involving bank accounts, credit debit cards, security password hacking, and even dissemination of obscene literature over the web. Speaking on the press conference, the Director General of Police, S.K. Jain, directed his force to make effective use of the existing facilities and further make it a state-of-the-art center for cybercrime investigations. The cyber cell will function from Police Headquarters Building, Shillong.
Information and communication technologies, precisely net, mobiles, and various applications are used by large number of people. Now, as we use these services more and more, the unscrupulous elements, the criminals, get a chance to pervade the cyberspace and use that information to become either nuisance to a user or cheat him or create problems otherwise.
A group of 13 students from Fujian Catholic University in Taipei recently visited Garo Hills in Meghalaya as a part of a cultural trip. During their visit, the students observed the cultural and lifestyle similarities between them and the Garo tribe. Bowled over by the natural beauty of the region, the students were delighted for being able to witness the culture and lifestyle of Garo tribe. At the same time, for students of Garo Hills, the opportunity was unique as they witnessed exotic dance and music of different tribes from Taiwan during the cultural show at Don Bosco School. The visiting students also exhibited their culture by giving a dance and singing performance. They also got to peep into the culture of the Garos as the host displayed their traditional harvest dance, Wangala. Nagaland has some 14 major tribes which have their own culture and tradition, giving each one of them a unique identity of its own. Today we take you to Tuluni Festival, an important festival of the Sumi tribe. Have a look.
A festival of feast and merrymaking to mark the end of dry season and the beginning of new fruits, Tuluni Festival in Nagaland is one of the prime festivals celebrated by the different clans of Sumi tribe across the state on 8th July. Organized by the Highway Area Sumi Public Organization, the festival was celebrated with pomp and grandeur at NER Agri Expo site in Dimapur. The festival was marked by prayers and offering to Litsaba, the deity of fruitfulness who gives life and protection to the crops. Originally celebrated for 7 days, the Tuluni Festival is celebrated to rejoice the most abundant and fruitful season of the year in Nagaland.
Festival of the Sumi Naga tribe, and it is held on July 8th every year. This festival is marked primarily, especially after the sowing season over, so that people who are, especially in olden days, people who are rich, it is the time to give out, to reach out to the poor and share with the poor also.
Thousands of Sumis in their traditional fineries joined the celebrations, which was marked with folk songs and Tuluni feast. Besides this, youths also participated enthusiastically in the indigenous games and cultural dances. During the festival, while reviving the traditional practices, young women engaged in weaving while humming traditional folk songs. The Tuluni festival symbolizes fraternity, solidarity, sharing and oneness not only among the Sumi community but Nagas as a whole.
Well, viewers, with that we have come to the end of this episode of Roving Report. Do connect with us through our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at AnyIndia_ANI. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to get latest news from the Northeast. I'm your host Chandrakala signing off. Goodbye and take care.